Welcome back to The Average Drinker! Hello, everybody! I was gonna go into my normal, this is Dara, and this is Bill, and we are here, and we're people, and you're watching us on our channel. You know who we are. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If this is your first time, I'm Dara, that's Bill, and we're gonna share our thoughts on something that is the hottest thing in whiskey right now, at least in my opinion.
Yep. And before you get to that is a ton of lipstick on that glass.
That happens!
Sorry, it's just, as she was doing this, I looked down and saw her glass with just lipstick all over it, and it was just kind of funny.
Every time I take a drink, it's like my lipstick sticks to the glass.
Yeah,
it happens.
Sorry.
But it does happen. Who's the ADD one
Yeah,
here?
it's just, I saw it and I had to mention it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that happens. That's how, see, nobody ever picks up my glass because they know it's mine.
Yeah.
It's always going to have whiskey and lipstick, right? I need a shirt that says like whiskey, sunshine, and lipstick. That's all I need. Dogs too. Dogs, whiskey, sunshine,
Anyway.
lipstick.
Back to the finish.
Okay, so anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching, for subscribing, for liking, for being a part of this journey. You make this possible, and we can't say thank you enough, so thank you. Now, we are going to talk about the hottest craze in whiskey, and like I said, I think that hottest craze in whiskey right now is finished whiskey.
Not flavored, finished whiskeys.
Finished whiskeys. So, for example, like if you took a bourbon, once it's done in its barrel, say it's a 6-year-old bourbon, it's done in the barrel, you could bottle it, or you could just put it into another barrel. Mm-hmm. You could put it in a honey barrel. You could put it in an Amburana barrel. You could put it in
sherry.
Any kind of barrel. Really, you could put it in another barrel and finish it in that. You could literally finish it in Pine Sol if you wanted to. No.
I wouldn't finish it in Pine Sol. Don't do that.
I'm joking. Please. Strike that. Strike that. Strike to move. Motion denied. Okay, so you could finish in anything. There are a lot of crazy finishes out there. There are a lot, some of the newer finishes, like there's like the honey Amburana from the Rio, the Penelope Rio.
Yep.
There are ryes that are finished in certain things. There are bourbons that are finished. There's light whiskey that's finished in certain things.
Yeah, and there are all kinds of finishes, and it just some we kind of like, some we don't. You gravitate towards some finishes that I don't necessarily gravitate towards. I think the biggest one being Amburana. You like Amburana more than I do. Granted, I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I think you gravitate towards an Amburana more than I do.
But it's all about balance.
Correct.
And that's another thing we'll talk about at some point on this video, is about balance.
Yep.
Because there are definitely turnoffs. So, some things that we're going to hit in this video are, people hate it, they love it. There's some turnoffs. There's some reasons that people do like it. There's some reasons that people don't like it. There's hiding youthfulness. There's all kinds of things that go into the craze of finished whiskey.
Yep.
So,
and like different types of whiskeys. So to me, I think like a Scotch. I love sherry finished Scotch.
Oh yeah, it's so.
I think sherry goes really well with Scotch, and
cigars.
I think we have a cognac one as well, finished Scotch, peated Scotch that's just phenomenal. I personally think some ryes take the finishes better than bourbons. I don't know why. I just kind of do.
It just depends, and also it depends on how long it's finished. Because I hear crazy things about people finishing stuff for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Or a year and a half, or a year. And I personally think I want the whiskey to shine through.
Correct.
Like the finish is just that extra special touch that might go good with a hot summer day, or a cigar, or a cold winter day, a cold winter night.
Yeah, we've had some whiskey over the past 6 months or so that just it's been overfinished, and I mean it's been finished 9 months, 2 years, something like that, and it basically turns into a flavored whiskey. Right. And it's just too much.
Well, we've talked about this one before.
Yeah.
I'll bring this bottle up because we've talked about it before on other videos, and that is the Peerless Absinthe that we have.
Yeah.
So we got that one, and we were really excited because it was described as more of like a Sazerac cocktail, right? It just, to me, it no longer tasted like the whiskey in the jar. It tasted like absinthe.
But we don't know how long that one was finished, or if just really finishing an absinthe is a bad idea type thing.
Right, because
it could just be a bad idea. It's an
certain
experiment.
things might just, they have such a strong flavor that they're, no matter what you finish that in, you could finish it for one day in that, and it could still be overpowering to a certain person. Now, the person next door might be like, no, I love that. It doesn't taste overfinished to me. And it's all about your palate, and it's all about how you like what you're drinking and everything that goes into it. There's so many different factors.
Oh yeah. And I mean, it's the kind of the person, like you were saying. It's Some people hate it. Some people love it. Some people are just kind of, I don't care. I'll drink whatever you put in front of me type thing.
It's a whiskey in a glass?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll drink it.
Yes.
And I'm kind of in that latter category, I guess, to where I like just straight bourbons and I like finished bourbons or rye, whatever it is. I'll go with either way. It doesn't matter to me. And we have some favorites that we really like and gravitate towards. I will say one company that does some awesome finishes and they're just pricey bottles are Foregate.
Oh yeah.
Foregates, they let that whiskey shine through, like kind of alluded to before. And that finish is just that finishing touch on it that just gives it that extra oomph that's just so damn good. There's 2 bottles that come to mind to me, one being the Saint Charant, that cognac finished, and the other one being the Foregate 4x4.
I know, I was going to say that. The 4x4 is
4x4, and that's a rum finished.
Same thing with like Bardstown, their collaborative series.
The new one, the new plantation one.
Yeah,
I keep saying plantation because they have a plantation one.
Yeah, no, we like that one, but I like the Foursquare one. It's really, really good. The collabs are really fun. It's just a fun. That's another part of it too. It's really fun to try different finishes. It's just walking that fine line. Like I love rum finishes generally. Now sometimes you can overfinish it, but I love rum finishes. I love. Like Amburana, I do love, but again, it's walking that fine line of where your whiskey still tastes like whiskey
Such
at the end
an
of the
intense
day.
flavor.
Yeah, it is, but I love the Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavor.
Yeah.
Sometimes honey, though, for me, is too sweet. Now, if they get a honey like with a high rye bourbon that has a lot of spice that's shining through in it, or like even a rye with a honey finish, that would be fantastic to me. It's just all about the balance.
Yeah, and I can't believe we missed to me, like the granddaddy of them all, of the finished American whiskeys. You know what it is? Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend.
Armagnac, cognac,
and sherry. Yep.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, Nancy does such a good job.
Amazingly blended.
Yeah.
Insanely, amazingly blended.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. For me, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's like all about the balance and not over finishing it.
If they're finishing whiskeys, they need to be trying those things every week or something like that, just to make sure it's not over finishing.
Oh god, because that would suck. Can you imagine?
Oh, it's like they're with 50 something gallons of whiskey.
Yeah, there goes 10 to 20 grand.
God. Yeah.
Because some of those barrels that you're finishing in are really expensive. That's another thing that comes into it. Sometimes finished whiskeys get more expensive because the barrels that they're finished in are really expensive. Like I know Armagnac barrels are expensive. Some certain wine, like what's the one? I can't think of it specifically.
Don't know.
Anyways.
Prisoner.
Yeah, but
Prisoner
there's like certain wine though that's like really expensive to finish the barrels in. But yeah, Prisoner, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and going to the kind of the price and how expensive it is to finish whiskey, that's also used to hide youthfulness.
Oh yeah.
And so youthfulness being usually craft whiskey, because they're needing to make money, they need to get that thing sold, that they're going to finish it in something to hopefully hide some of that youthfulness. So in addition to adding to that craft whiskey that's say $60 a bottle, now you're finishing it in something, so that all of a sudden turns into $80 for a craft whiskey bottle. That's a little pricey. And
then generally it's over. I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of the time, a younger whiskey, take a distiller or a blender tends to over finish it or leave it in the barrel just a little bit too long because they're trying to hide that corny, grainy, pastury taste that turn a lot of people off, and then it just does not turn out good at all. Then you're like adding, pasture smell to over finish, and it doesn't work for me. That's a huge turn off.
Yeah, I just don't. And we're not saying all craft whiskey is bad and they're trying to hide it all. Some's great. Some's great, but it is a tactic used to hide it. I guess that could be kind of like back in the Prohibition era, where they were adding all kinds of stuff to the bourbon, but I can't remember the term for that.
Like a spittoon of tobacco.
Yeah, it's not an apothecary, but it's whatever it is.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I will also say that I'm having a brain fart here for a second. I remember where it was. That took me a second.
Glad you remember.
No, but another point of that is like we said, hiding youthful whiskey. Another thing is you have a really crappy barrel, right?
Oh yeah.
And you have one, and you're like, no matter what, we are not going to be able to sell this barrel So
Yeah.
let's try to just throw it in, and finish it in something else to see if that gets rid of whatever badness.
I mean, technically, it's worth a shot for them
It
to
is,
do that.
I would say
it's
so.
that's a lot of money that's technically gone down the drain.
I
if
say
you
try
can't
it.
sell it, so why not try to finish it in something
Yeah.
to see if it might smooth it out or round some edges or do
Mm-hmm.
something to it, whether you're toasting it or
Yep.
sherry finish or rum or
Double
whatever you're
oaking
doing.
it,
Yeah.
whatever. Toasted. There's so many crazy things you can do with it.
Yep.
That's what makes it fun, and it makes it fun for us to try it and drink it. But I do have certain things that turn me off about it, like finished whiskey.
What?
Some-
Granted,
We
I
kind
think
of
talked
already.
about-
We kind of
I
already.
was like, we've already talked about some of those.
But we kind of already talked about it. But for me, like just over finishing it just is a complete turn off. Because like I said, I want the whiskey to shine
Yeah,
through.
that's my number one on that. Like I said, we've had some whiskey over the past 6 months that just way too overfinished, and it tastes basically like you get a sherry finished whiskey, and it tastes like you're drinking sherry, not whiskey.
Or a port. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like port is one of those really strong flavors that if you are not very, very careful, it is going to just totally just blast you in the face. And you're like, well, am I drinking port or am I drinking whiskey?
Yeah, and I think there's one group of finishes that I know I try to stay away from, and that's wine finished. Like
Certain wine finish, yeah.
The Cabernet finished. We have a few different bottles of Cabernet Sauvignon finished.
Or like
Sauvignon
a
finished.
Pinot Noir.
That just I don't really like.
They
I think we have a Madeira one too that we just don't like. It's just I don't know. I don't know
Sometimes-
if they just were finished bad or what, but we just have not had good luck with those.
Sometimes those tend to dry, to me, and this is just my opinion, but sometimes those tend to dry out on the back end or have weird finishes, like weird flavored to finishes. So that's one thing that drives me insane, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's really, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just don't overfinish it. Let the whiskey shine through, and don't judge people because they like finished whiskeys. It's not that they're drinking a flavored whiskey, because I know there's some people out there that are like,
I love
we love Rebel
my
Root Beer.
flavored whiskey.
Yeah. We do love Rebel Root Beer. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with flavored whiskey. Just don't judge people because what they like to drink. At the end of the day, drink whatever you want. Drink it how you want, with who you want, where you want. And that's the end of the day.
Yeah. That's
So-
about it.
Let us know your favorite finishes though,
Yeah.
because I know, like, I will say, like, I really, really like Amburana finishes. I like rum finishes, like we talked about. Your favorites are like,
Not only favorite finishes, but favorite finished whiskeys.
yeah, share your favorite finished whiskeys.
Yeah.
I love the Bardstown Foursquare.
Yeah,
So
that one is damn good.
4x4x4.
Bardstown Ferrand was really good too. We just
It
don't
was.
have, we finished that a long time ago.
Yep, I know everybody says the Chateau de Lavade version 1 was really good. I think
wasn't too big of a fan
on
of
the
the second
batch
one.
one. We
I
didn't
know,
try
but
it.
the
We-
second one I was
Yeah.
not too big of a fan of.
yeah, we never tried batch 1,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's interesting to see what's going to happen and what's going to change with the whiskey industry in itself.
Yeah, with finishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be crazy. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
So
So yeah, that is our video for today.
let us know your thoughts. Share your favorite finished whiskey. Share your, like, do you like finished whiskeys? Do you stray from them? Do you like them? What are your turn-offs, turn-ons about them? Let us know. And that's all we got.
That is it.
Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we will be back with so much more of The Average Drinker. See you guys next time.